Welcome to WKRP Montrose, a radio station masquerading as a podcast about Montrose, Colorado and the Western Slope, recording live from the Clearnetworx studio in downtown Montrose, Colorado. All right, everybody, welcome to another episode of Clearly Interesting People with Clearnetworx and WKRP.
He's very proud that he came up with that.
I haven't bragged about it once. You're the one that brings it up.
You're very proud. Off air. That's all you talk about.
They don't know what I say off air. Why would you bring up what I say off air?
Crazy.
I might be a little proud of it. Hey, listen, the fact that he lets me keep saying it means that I actually did something good.
You know what
and I don't typically do
How about
things.
This? The fact that he said, Rob lets me.
Yeah, that was a
mistake
that was a
on
slip.
your part.
That was a slip. That was a slip.
Subconsciously, Dennis knows who's in charge.
No,
I like it.
No,
too late. You said it.
No. Would you? Can we introduce the guest, please?
Yeah. Go on then.
What do you mean go on then?
Oh, is that my job?
Apparently. Hi, Sara.
Sara McCombs.
Yes.
Community engagement coordinator.
Hi, y'all.
Thank you for joining us. Ooh, there was a y'all.
Well,
are we off to the races on where you're from?
I'm actually a Colorado native, but I just have
really
family from Kentucky and Tennessee, so every now and then that comes out.
Okay.
Yeah.
I
did not take long for it to come out.
Yeah,
No, it did not.
I am originally, so I've been working my way west my whole life and from the South.
Okay.
And so I have deliberately removed that phrase from my dialect, but I love hearing other people say it.
Yeah,
So
the R for SH comes in every now and
Yeah.
then too, especially when my family from Kentucky to come and visit the Warsh.
Absolutely. I got to do my Warsh.
Check myself every now and then
Yeah.
with that.
So your position with Clearnetworx is community engagement coordinator.
Correct.
What are you engaging the community with?
What do you actually do?
So I actually oversee a team of what we call community engagement coordinators. So in our communities that we're currently serving up in Mesa County in Southwest Colorado, the team of us, we actually work closely with chambers, city council, HOAs, our construction team out in the field. We're just a resource for them to actually go out and do events, sponsor local football or sports teams in general. The football thing comes to mind because we did a lot of that this last fall. Yeah. But we're just engaging in anything customer facing and community facing. So getting involved in that way. So that's in a nutshell what I do.
So the sports side of things and engaging with the high schools is you do more than just that for Clearnetworx.
Yes.
So you're a coach as well, right?
Yes. I actually took the head coaching position at Olathe High School this last fall for volleyball. So volleyball's in my blood. I've grew up playing it most of my life and went and played in college for a couple years before injury kind of prevented me from doing so. And then off and on over the last almost 20 years that I've been back in Montrose, I've been coaching club. I was the JV coach actually at Olathe 10 years ago. And my C team coach this last season, was one of my players.
Oh, wow.
Back then. So it's kind of full circle. But they needed a coach, and I had a couple people reach out to me and asked if I would be interested. I have adult children now, so I can go chase other kids around the state now instead of my own. So
it makes a difference to not have an empty household because I stopped coaching basketball when my daughter was born. Mm-hmm. Because the time commitment that you really have to give to do that position is a lot, and a lot more than people think.
Well, and when I was the JV coach before, my kids were just entering high school and middle school, and so my son was a freshman, my daughter was a sixth grader here in Montrose, and I just wanted to be able to be there for them, so I stepped down, but I still coach club here and there because it's during kind of the off season, not so demanding.
Okay.
So, yeah.
All right. You have some other hobbies.
Maybe a little bit.
Yeah.
We have a bio.
Yeah, I
Rebecca
know.
sent us over some.
Not much. She did ask me. She goes, "Tell me some of your hobbies."
Yeah.
And I thought, oh, okay. So yes.
So how green is your thumb?
It has actually gotten greener over the years.
Yeah.
I've actually really taken a liking to gardening. My husband and I, we lived in Delta for a couple of years before moving back here, and I don't know what it was but my garden was exploded. I had sunflower plants that were like 12 feet tall and just going bizarre, crazy on me. And zucchinis that were astronomical size. And so I just fell in love with it. But we also raised bees at a certain point when we were living there too. So we got into a lot of things, but I love gardening. And now we have a house out east of town and have a greenhouse. And
so do you produce a lot? You eat a lot of your own food? And,
absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. In fact, this last season I grew our own potatoes, and I still have like a bucket full of them that I just go and actually pick out my potatoes every now and then and have some for dinner.
I guess it feels good to be a bit, self-sustaining, right?
Yes.
Do you have chickens too?
Yes, I do.
The price of eggs these days.
Yes. And in fact, we just got more chicks. My mom actually just purchased some chicks last week for us, and she said, I'll buy them and all the feed if you'll raise them. So if everybody survives and we don't end up with all 7 of the new chicks roosters, we'll have about 12 total chickens.
So are you having to put up perimeter defenses around this, because eggs are becoming a very valuable resource these days.
We may have to set up security cameras on our property.
Yeah, I thought you were talking about like hawks taking the chicks.
No,
like people stealing eggs.
Yeah, no.
No, you're talking about stealing people coming onto the property.
So are you down that path then of from being just gardening to now you have bees, or you have bees anyway?
Yeah,
chickens, more chicks. Or what's next? Do you want to go down that route a little more and get even more self-sustainable?
We actually have 33 acres of property. Most of it is an Adobe Hill area, but for about 4 acres of that is hay. So eventually we want to have some goats, and we're going to.
Oh, I knew the goats were coming.
Yeah. Well, goats are good, like grass mowers.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
eaters.
Well, they eat everything.
Yeah,
it doesn't matter.
And they kind of look funny too.
Yeah, and
you should get those fainting goats. They're hilarious.
They are hilarious.
Slam the car door and all your goats fall over.
Yeah.
They're great.
They freak out and
Right.
We want to do some cows, and be able to have that kind of homestead type thing. So
we have somebody trying to escape the studio right now.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
this is Dolores.
That's also in your bio that you are an animal lover.
Yes.
And can we see Dolores? Is that
Dolores? You can see her tiny little head there down by Sarah's knee.
I could have her up on the couch.
Yeah, she can get up there. Yeah.
Come here.
Oh, it's like this is why. Oh, there we go.
Come here. Can you sit?
So this is Dolores.
Yes.
You're
so she's
fostering.
Yeah. So Dolores. I'm fostering her for a friend of mine here in Montrose who's battling a potential cancer. She doesn't have a for sure recommendation of what to do and everything yet, but Dolores has been living with us for about a month and a half now. You're gonna bump the microphone, but she's a 4-year-old.
That's okay. Dolores can do whatever she wants.
Yeah, she will too. But it's kind of funny. I met her owner through just a walking app and helping walk her almost 2 years ago now. So yeah, so she's a foster right now, but we already have our own 2 dogs and 2 cats, so we have our own little
soon to be fainting goats.
Yeah.
12 chickens.
Some cows.
Yeah.
Some cows. Okay.
So it's a petting zoo stroke
Pretty
hobby
much,
farm.
Yeah. Hobby farm is a good way to describe it. So yeah.
Dolores is an attention.
Oh, I know.
Hound. She likes it.
Yeah, she's not afraid of the camera.
Yeah.
She's not. She's probably wondering what in the world's going on, but
I'm sure.
Yeah.
So you said earlier you are from Colorado. But you're not from Montrose originally?
I was born and raised actually in Grand Junction.
Okay.
So I'm a Western Slope kid.
So you moved up and down.
So I actually lived in Grand Junction till I was about 10, and then my mom and stepdad, his job took us to Sterling, Colorado for about 3 years, and he became the manager at the Brown Shoe Fit store there, and then we transferred here to Montrose to the store when Brown's was still open on Main. Oh boy, 1990 or 91, and I started 8th grade here in Montrose. So I actually have known Doug since middle school. So
that'll come in handy at the end.
Yep. Yes, it will. Yes, it will.
But yeah, so grew up here, went to high school, played sports, was pretty active in the high school here, and then went away to college to Adams State down in Almosa and played some volleyball and got my degree and got married and had 2 kids. So and then we moved back. in 2005. So.
And ladies and gentlemen, life moves just that fast.
Yeah, it does.
It's pretty much the way it goes.
Yeah.
So
I want to. There's one more thing in your bio that we're going to bring up because it's very much related to the animals and the hobby farming.
Yes.
You like to shoot. You're an archer.
Yes.
I was going to say you like
I'm
to
an
shoot
archery
animals,
hunter.
but you do.
Not my
That's-
own
That's what that
animals.
means.
Yeah, not my
Yeah,
own
not just from the
animals.
bedroom window.
Yeah.
No.
Actually, I've done shooting from my kitchen window.
Lord.
You hear the
What-
dueling banjos in the background?
what did you because that's
I know. It's a great
we
story.
have a family farm in Missouri.
Yeah.
And I have done the exact same thing.
Yeah.
It was a coyote that I was shooting at from that was
prairie dogs.
okay.
Yeah. Literally out my kitchen window, up the hill.
And before people get all really upset, the coyote was in the cow pasture.
Oh yeah.
And so I didn't shoot the coyote. I got close.
It's because you're a terrible shot.
It did the purpose. It moved the coyote out of the field, which is the issue.
Quickly though, coyote or coyote?
I say coyote.
Coyote.
Yeah, me too. 2-1, you're outnumbered.
Okay, that's
So
fine.
what kind of do you have one of those big fancy carbon fiber bows and with all the
Yeah. I have a PSC compound bow. Yeah.
All right. I'm sure somebody out there knows what that means.
Yeah. It's PSC is the brand.
Oh, okay.
So my husband and his brother used to own an archery shop here in town. That was over by the Cabin restaurant.
Okay.
They had an indoor shooting range, and actually I had never shot a gun or a bow until I met my husband in
Right.
2010. So
Do you shoot guns as well? Mm-hmm. Okay. I was going to say, but is there a rivalry then? Do bow hunters feel superior to other hunters because it's more difficult now? You got to get closer.
It is more difficult.
assume.
You actually have to, like, I've been up hunting on the plateau with my spouse and his dad, and it's very primitive. Like, you're having to track and
Right.
watch for scat, and
You have to get a lot closer with a bow.
You do.
A lot closer.
How close
So
are
I don't
you
think that
talking?
there's any hunters out
40.
there that'll
They'll deny that.
deny that if you're hunting with the bow
Yeah.
and you're successful with a bow, you're a better hunter than I am.
My spouse hit a cow elk the second year we were married, and he was within 15 yards of the cow elk. So it is, I mean, it's close.
You got to draw it in.
60 yards is probably the farthest
All right.
distance.
And if things go wrong at that distance, you can be in trouble.
Yeah. Well, you can lose an arrow, really good arrow, and the tip on the arrow too are not cheap. So.
And what if the elk decides to take exception to the fact that you shot at it and runs at you? They're big animals.
I've never heard that.
9 times out of 10, they're probably just spooked and they're
Yep.
going to run
Yeah.
away. But yeah,
Like your
it's-
coyote.
I think the bigger issue is if you're a really good hunter, if you don't have a good shot and you shot it, then now the issue is that you need to go hunt it down.
Right.
And so
and that has happened.
yeah.
Yeah.
And that's not fun. So
And then you have to trace blood trail and stuff. So it definitely is a little bit more difficult than rifle hunting.
Yeah.
So,
wow, this has been a different episode.
Very different.
Yeah,
well,
we
in
got-
fact, but the last one,
Yeah.
we were talking about guns.
Yeah.
But that was black powder.
Yeah.
Now
Which
we're
you're not
talking
hitting anything with.
Now we're talking. Yeah. Right. Yeah. Now we're bow hunting.
Yeah. Now we're talking about being responsible hunters.
Exactly.
Yes.
And farm growers, and
Yep.
we have not gotten into any office politics, which is my favorite part.
Yeah.
So we're gonna have to bring it back around. But
Okay.
but before we do, it's time for the 10 questions.
The 10.
The
Oh,
10
boy.
questions.
So we have these are just quick fire questions. We ask everybody the same questions.
Okay.
It's based on something from a TV show called Inside the Actor Studio. You don't think.
Okay,
Just
fire
speak.
away.
Yeah. Just
They're really easy questions.
Okay.
But the idea is to get an insight into you, but also a little controversy. You know,
Like
I
the-
like the idea that
Okay.
some
The
people are going to
Rorschach
say
test.
this and some people are going to say the other thing, and then hopefully, at the water cooler, somebody goes, "How can you possibly think that?"
Hopefully,
we'll
there's no
see.
politics.
how is it?
involved.
No,
How is it pronounced?
Okay.
The Rorschach test.
That'll work. For you, that's good.
Yeah.
Congratulations. No politics. It's much, much, much simpler than
Yes.
that.
Okay,
So,
perfect.
all right, quick fire. You ready?
Yep.
What's your favorite word?
Oh man. Oh my God, Becky. I know that's more than one. I always say that.
Oh my God, Becky.
Yeah.
All right, we'll let you get away with that one.
Sorry.
What sound or noise do you love?
Running water, like a creek.
I was going to say, not a
Yeah.
tap.
No.
Just, okay.
Yeah.
What motivates you?
My family.
What's your favorite food?
Tacos.
I think we have a theme. I think we have a theme.
Go on.
Is a hot dog a sandwich?
No.
Okay.
How many holes does a straw have?
2.
Does it? I don't know.
What profession other than your own would you like to attempt?
I don't know.
You know what?
Dream job.
Nobody's been tripped up on that
No.
yet. So that means you're pretty happy in the spot that you're in.
I
guess.
am. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I love what I do, and I also love coaching. So those would be the 2 things that I would choose.
I guess this next one might be easier. What profession would you never want to do?
Fast food.
Okay.
There you go.
That's good. What's your guilty pleasure?
Shoes.
Okay.
All right.
That's Dennis's
So-
too, bizarrely. Yeah.
It is. Wow,
on.
you just hit on something that people don't know about me. Thanks for airing out my laundry.
Absolutely
I grew up in
giant.
a shoe store.
Oh,
so,
yeah,
you
of course
know,
you did.
so-
Of course you did.
That makes a lot more sense. See, Rob doesn't pay attention. He asked the question. He didn't really listen to the answers. If heaven exists and you are standing at the pearly gates, what do you hope to hear God say?
Welcome.
All right.
All right, you're in the wrong place. You don't want to hear that. There's been a clerical error.
That would probably be the exact thing that I would expect to hear when I got there. I think there's been a mistake.
Yeah. And so the last question is probably going to be, hopefully, will be the best one.
Yes.
Do you have any Dougisms?
Because you've
And I
known
know-
him.
The answer is yes,
Yes,
but
I
will
do.
you say them? Is the question, I suppose.
And your next guest will probably bring this one up too, but
Okay.
we have a saying, what would Doug do?
And what does Doug do?
Yeah, what
usually
would
do?
Doug do?
Well, it comes out when Doug wants to do something and we think, what would Doug do in that scenario? So a lot of times Doug is a huge dreamer. I mean, that's why we at Clearnetworx are doing what we're doing right now. And we always laugh because sometimes we're like, how are we going to do that, Doug? But what would Doug do?
I do love that about Doug. That's he's got an idea, and we'll figure it out.
Yeah,
like
absolutely.
we'll figure it out along the way.
Yeah.
So I do. I love that about Doug as well.
And-
Was that something that you recognize in Doug, having known him this whole time?
Oh, yeah.
Like-
He's always been one of those, and I say kid because he's a year younger than me. I always say that. It's funny when I describe who he is to people that I'm talking to out in the community. Like, I actually grew up with him, and his parents were our neighbors for a couple of years too. He's always been that go-getter. Like, he was head boy his senior year. I know
Head
I'm
boy.
gonna start sharing secrets.
Oh my
about Doug.
goodness!
Great stuff.
So it's one of those things where you're, I think, president of student council,
Ah.
and you get voted to be head boy or head girl. So he actually, in his graduating class, ended up being head boy. But he was always a go-getter and just always strived for the best, and he still does do that. So
As head boy, did he do anything? Did he enact any good policies at the school?
I don't know. He was a year younger than me,
Yeah,
so that would have been.
That's
when
right.
I
He's a
was gone.
kid.
Yeah,
That
he's a kid.
What
He
about
is.
that?
I do
I
think,
can't, Sarah. I can't thank you enough for that.
Yeah.
Because Rob has just, without hesitation, tries to bring up how old I am and how much older I am than he is. So
it's
now,
significant.
now,
It's significant.
Okay.
listen. Let the adults talk, Rob. Okay, just like we don't need the children to chime
Go
in
on.
here. Well, this has been one of my favorites, so thank you so very
you're
much for
And
that.
I just want to say, Rebecca, we all need T-shirts that say "What would Doug do?"
Yes, there we go.
We actually have bracelets that have the initials of that.
WWDD.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Well, we need T-shirts and hats. Just a picture of Doug, maybe. What would Doug do?
Oh, there we go.
Bubble.
I actually almost wore our chili cook-off shirts this year because it actually has Doug's
face on it?
and I almost did that, but then I thought,
Did you?
maybe not.
So the last guest we had actually
Was the chili
was the
cook-off
chili
winner?
Cook-off
I know.
winner.
He was very proud of that.
I'm sure he was.
Yeah.
His chili actually was really good.
Was it?
Yeah.
All right.
It was.
Who's gonna give John a run for his money next year?
You know, that's tough.
Is it gonna
because
happen again? The chili cook-off?
We hope so. We
Yeah.
have grown so much that actually even this year we kind of outgrew a space that we even rented to have it at.
Yeah.
But we use it as kind of like an all hands meeting too, to just get everybody together, and you know, Doug says a few things and we just check in and
Yeah.
actually just see everybody. But
Yeah.
we're so big now. When I started 4 years ago here, we were at 60 5 employees. We're over 260 something now.
Right.
In 4
That's
years.
a lot of people.
It's crazy.
So
Crazy growth.
Rob wants to volunteer to be the MC at next year's event.
Is that a thing? I'll volunteer you. You got a big mouth. I'll eat the chili. Before we finish, though, we want to give you an opportunity to shout out anybody at the company who you think is doing good work, or just this is an opportunity for you to speak to your fellow employees.
To my team.
Yeah.
Or since this is we've got a list, like, hey, who needs to come sit on the wheelie nice couch and let their feet dangle as well?
So yeah, let's do both of those. Who do you want to shout out first?
Well, actually, I have a really great teammate. She's in Durango, so I don't know if she could make it up to come, but she's the community engagement coordinator down there in Durango area, and her name's Jonelle. She is a rock star down there. She's been with us a little over a year and really has made us known down in that Southwest. In fact, last week I attended the Durango Chamber of Commerce Durango Rocks event, which is their big event every year to recognize like Business of the Year, and we were actually up as a finalist.
Okay.
Oh, congratulations.
Thank you. It was due to her efforts. I mean, we got obviously nominated by a couple people, but she had a big hand in that because she was very active in our communities down there and coordinating things with different schools and different agencies so I'll give her a shout out. And plus she's just continuing that this year because we're going to be growing down into Farmington, New Mexico and Pagosa Springs. So she's going to be busy. So
excellent.
You got a lot of work coming to you.
Yeah.
And did you want to, who would you like to see on the couch?
I'm going to challenge my old teammate from our days at another ISP in town, and I'm going to say Jody Armadere. She's going to kick me for this.
Oh, Jody.
Because the idea is we'd like to have everyone at some point, but obviously some people are volunteering and some people are going to resist until the very end.
I think Jody would be a good sport about it. But
Rebecca, are you paying attention?
Yeah.
Sarah, thank you so much.
Absolutely.
We appreciate
Thank
it.
you,
This has
guys.
been another episode of Clearly Interesting People with Clearnetworx and WKRP. We'll talk to you soon.
Thank you, guys.